Steve Cruz, fishingtheozarks.net. It's December 30th. It's about 36 degrees outside, and we are jonesing to go fishing. So we're going to try to go striper fishing tomorrow. And we are total stone cold rookies. We've only done it a couple times. Got one hybrid and some white bass, but we're going to go give it another try tomorrow. We're going to be doing it by using trolling Umberlla rigs. And if these things are quite, they're a mess, but they are effective. This is a Captain Max rig. Bought it at Hook, Line, and Sinker up in Rogers, Arkansas. And these are kind of expensive when you buy them this way. They're about $28, $29. But what you can do is you can start out with this little rig right here. It's about $5 and make your own. And that gives you the ability to kind of configure the rig the way you want. The way they come from the store is they're 6-inch leaders on the outside fore and a 12-inch leader on the center. And that 12-inch is a little longer because the fish are going to want to get the minnow that's trailing behind, thinking that he's weaker, and a lot of times you'll get a bite on this trailer. They do have little eyelets. I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's little eyelets in the center that you can run additional hooks from. But in Arkansas, you're only allowed to run 5 hooks. So what we're going to do, we're going to re-rig this, and we're going to put 6-inch willows spinners running off the center pieces, run 9-inch off the jigs on the end, and run 12 inches off the center. And you'll see what that looks like when we get done. So we're going to show you all the piece parts that we're going to go together and make one of these rigs, and try to put it together kind of quick so we don't take up a lot of video time. Stay tuned. See ya. So this is the stuff that we're using. You see the Captain Mac Umberlla rig. We unfold that. It comes with a nice handy little chart that tells you, sorry about the lighting there, but it tells you how deep you're running based upon how much line you got out. Real handy little chart. Kind of stick that in the tackle box, and you can adjust your depth by letting different lengths of line out. There's the core Umberlla rig with nothing on it. 6-inch leaders, number 4 willow spinners, 9-inch leaders for the jigs on the ends, and a 12-inch one for the center trailer. Using Kitech Easy Shiner 4-inchers for, it'll be going on the jig heads. You got some little split rings to attach the spinners to the spider rig itself, or the Umberlla rig itself. And then Mama over here is going to tie on some feathers to the jigs to just give them a little extra sex appeal. So let's see how all this goes together. So these swivels, or excuse me, these leaders, they come with a snap swivel on the end, and that makes that just a little bit longer than we want it to. So Tamara's going to take that off, and then we're going to attach the willow directly to the steel leader with a split ring. So Tamara's putting these together, show you how these little split rings work. She just used a little set of needle nose, and I'm gonna do her little thing, and thank God I got her to do this, because this would probably take me about a half an hour. But she's pretty good at it. She makes jewelry on the side, and got it. Cool.
Yep.
Cool. So the willow blade spinners are on the 6-inch leaders. Now we're going to put those on the Umberlla rig itself. See ya. So now we got the willow blade spinners on there, and that's the start of the rig. Basically 4 running off the center loops. It's kind of a little bit of a pain, but basically you just run that swivel up and around, open that loop up a little bit, clip it on that center loop, and then squeeze it back together so it doesn't get tangled up. So that's the beginning. And again, we're running 6-inch lip, 6-inch steel leaders, and number 4 willow blades. Cool.
Okay, we're going to show you how to make your own jig. Turn one of these into one of these, and it's really kind of simple. So
Saves lots of money.
it does save a lot of money. These things can get kind of expensive after a while. This is just plain all cotton embroidery floss. You buy it at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, whatever. It runs you about 57 cents. This is what it looks like. And cheap and easy. You might want to get yourself a couple of them just in case you mess up. And then I bought a bag of just plain white feathers. Again, Hobby Lobby, it was like $3. 5 ounces of just plain white feathers. And Dollar Tree, super glue, adhesive, fix anything.
Wrapped around the cardboard.
Yeah, well, yeah, I suggest that you take the time to turn this into this, a piece of cardboard, and just wrap it around it. It makes it a lot easier to maneuver with, because if you don't take the time to do that, this will get tangled up into knots. So we're just going to grab it. Oh, got yourself a little tail over here so you can tie it off easily. And if you've ever tied flies, this is super easy. So just wrap it. It takes about 10 or 11 turns. Hold it off. Just a dot of glue. Sorry, the cap was in my mouth. Kind of smooth it out just a little bit. Let it get in there because it's going to adhere to everything. Then one feather. Hold it in place. 1, 2. Another feather. Hold it in place. 1, 2. And a third feather. Hold it in place and wrap. And this is when you want to put a little bit more glue. And then continue wrapping down. You don't have to be like too symmetric when you're doing it the second time and bringing it back up. This is just to make sure everything stays in place. Hold it. Handy little clippers that my honey got me today. So cool. And snip it. And I just hold it between my knees here. And I'm going to wrap it once, twice, and give it a pull. Clip my pieces off short, not too short, but short. I mean, I leave about 1/4 of an inch. And then take the time to put just a dab of glue right there. You are going to get glue on your fingers, so make sure you use something that you're not allergic to. How's that? And always be careful and mindful of the hook. Well, you know, you shouldn't hook yourself, and there it is.
Cool.
Set it down and let it dry with the rest of them.
Now that's a $4 jig that
Took me how many seconds to make?
and we got, let's see, what was the brand of those jigs?
Oh, I don't think I have one handy.
Right, there was
Ocean Logic,
yeah, bring it up here, bring the thing up here.
and $4.99.
Yeah, so those were Ocean Logic jigs, and I think I don't know, there was about a dozen of them in there for $4. And if you try to buy those kind of jigs, they're about $3 a piece. So you know,
If not
that
more.
helps. And you get a little money wrapped up in these umbrella rigs. So whenever you can save a penny, it helps.
You can use feathers, you can use leftover garland from Christmas, you can use anything that's going to do a lot of motion in the water, because when they're going back and forth, that's what we want, motion. No.
And she's cute too. I don't know if you remember earlier, we took these little swivels off of the 6-inch leader so that the willow blade would run a little shorter on the umbrella rig and create more of a schooling effect. Again, 6-inch leaders on the willow, or on the willow blade spinners, and 9-inch on the jigs. But save this, because when you're hooking up the center 12-inch leader for the trailer minnow, the point of attachment is kind of thick, and you can't really use a split ring there, so you can save your little swivel clip, assuming you get the right type, which is the little band clamp type. I don't know what the formal name is for, but the kind that allows you to undo this piece right here. So save that, and I'll show you how to use that to attach the 12-inch leader to the center minnow. So see, that's again, that's the center of the Umberlla rig. That's that snap swivel we took off of the 6-inch leader, and that's trailing down to the 12-inch leader, which will be the center for the center jig. But this little piece here is a little too thick to put a snap ring on, so that little snap swivel comes in handy.
Go.
So that is the finished product, my friends. Once again, 6-inch leader, number 4 willow blade, 9-inch leader, 3/4 inch handmade Tamara jig. This one's got a 5-inch Yum Houdini shad on it. Little soft bait, relatively inexpensive. We're gonna try these Kitex on a couple of the other ones, which again is the benefit of kind of making your own rigs. You get to get a little creative with how you want to rig them up. Woo! But that, my friends, is a strapper grocery store running through the water. It's like, oh my God, I mean, that's just like yum, yum, yum. So you'll see how these things run. We'll do another video of our striper fishing trip tomorrow. Hopefully after all this effort, we actually catch some fish.
Yay.
But again, this little trailer one is a little longer because he's supposed to be the run of the litter, and that's the one the fish bite on quite a bit, quite often. They'll try to get that trailer, so it's kind of important to have this little center one a little longer. But that is a cool rig, and you know, we got about, what, I'd say 15, maybe 16 bucks in this as compared to the 28-30, and that's including the willow spinners and the leaders associated with them. And again, in Arkansas, you can only run 5 hooks. If you're in other states where that's not limited, you could run same kind of jigs off these too, but I kind of like that extra flash. I think that throws something in there. So anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Go catch some fish. See you later.